Plutonian was the most powerful being in the world, and with his powers, he knows he can do as he pleases because no one, and I mean no one, can stop him because he is raging. And for what? No one knows. The Plutonian is no good for repentance. For repentance is an infinite miles away, and he is also a narcissistic creep who sees humans as nothing more than toys, just like he obsesses over Betty Noor. Now the twins, Skylar and Charitbees, were on a mission to the hideout of the Inferno, who was part of the group Paradigm. But the day the Plutonian went full-blown psychotic, he smashed the head of Inferno with his bare hands. In fact, Inferno never saw it coming. Inferno's hideout was situated under an abandoned prison complex, which was fortified with a self-destruct bomb, should in case any intruder tried to invade his hideout, for there were different kinds of weapons in the hideout. The twins' abilities evolved around manipulating energy, and Sylar was the stronger of the two, in which he likes to show off and save the day, while his brother Charitbees is the opposite, shy and docile to a point where he finds it difficult to express his feelings, especially when it comes to women. In fact, he was the first to meet Kaidan, and he fell in love with her but never expressed it. Then his brother stepped in and became Kaidan's lover, knowing how his brother felt about her. Sometimes he rubs it in his face. Not so surprising, they discovered that the villains the Plutonian uses as punching bags were in Inferno's hideouts looking for weapons that could destroy the Plutonian. For the leader of the villains, the Fixer, hates the guts of the Plutonian. So before he came for them, they wanted to be prepared. So Charitbees was outside transmitting what was going on in the hideout to Qubit, while Sylar was in the abandoned building transmitting to his brother, and he can see them for he was hiding. Then Qubit warned them not to confront them, for their mission is only to gather information. But Sylar had other plans and ambitions. While the villains were going into every room looking for weapons, to their surprise, which was shocking, they met the Plutonian making coffee in the kitchen, whom ignored them as if they weren't there. Then one of the villains tried to shoot at the Plutonian, but it was the mistake of his life, for the Plutonian retaliated by flicking back the bullets of his gun, which shattered his hands. And then he asked who is next. Now Qubit, knowing the Plutonian was in the building with the villains, warned Sylar not to move a muscle, but Charitbees interjected and suggested that Sylar should use his quantum jumper, but Qubit objected, citing that if he does, that the Plutonian would be onto them and their cover would be blown, that they should be patient. Now the villains wanted to know the stance of the Plutonian since he had crossed over to the dark side, but the Plutonian let them know that he knows their intentions, and it was to find a weapon invented by the Inferno to kill him. The villains were cheeky enough to ask for an alliance and his trust. So since the villains wanted to earn his trust by forming an alliance, he brought out a box filled with detonators. Unknown to the villains, the detonators were trigger connected to the Inferno's hideout. Then he passed and gave each individual a detonator, making them believe that this was the weapon they were looking for, which could kill him. At this point, Qubit was screaming for Sylar to get out of the building, for he knows what was going to happen next. Instead of Sylar to leave, he wanted to strike at the Plutonian. Before Charitbees could get any closer to the hideout by saving his brother, there was an explosion and everyone in the hideout was eviscerated except the Plutonian. As he was about to leave, he sensed the presence of someone. He digged through the rubbles and discovered one of the villains was still alive, who was Encantor. She had the ability to shield herself from the explosion. And when the Plutonian got close to her, she begged for her life and pleading that she would do anything he asked. And at this point, Sylar is dead.